All right, hey guys, Jason here, Samco Workshop. Today we're going to talk about getting rid of mold and algae and stuff like that on things around your house. I've got a couple things I need to do here, and I'm just going to show you about like look at my pressure washing hose. I live in the south down here in Georgia, so anything, you know, stuff gets like this all the time, but you can see all that mold and algae on here. Look at my boat, it's covered in it, and see how it barely even comes off. Okay, it's mold, it's algae. Look at that cooler. Look at the color of that cooler. Okay, and wait till we get done with it here. But there's a simple technique. Again, I'm going to clean all this out of there, but it's time to clean it. But what I did is I got a pump up sprayer right here, and since I buy my pool shock in bulk, yeah, I don't have a bottle to show you, but I'll insert a picture of it here. But basically I just put yay much in there. 10% pool shock that you get from Lowe's or Home Depot or anything like that. It's basically bleach, it's sodium hypochlorite, and but that's basically what we do. And you don't need a pressure washer. I have my pressure washer out because I'm going to do another video on the truck here in a minute, stuff like that. But I sold my pressure washing business, but I kept my two little small ones here that I use for you know, a lot of stuff. But see, even this on here, we'll fix that too. I'll show you. But anything that's organic, sodium hypochlorite we'll get rid of. So we got about yay much in that bottle. Okay, basically as it comes is 10%. We want to get it down to about a 2.5 or 3%. This stuff is a little older. I buy mine in bulk. I bring a 30-gallon drum up to my local supplier and fill it there, so I use this stuff so much. But so we're just going to kind of fill it up to about yay much. Again, don't get crazy, but basically you're looking for about a 3% mix. So if it's 10%, you know, put 1 part you know, of the pool shock, and then 3 parts or 2.5 parts of water. We got it on. Let me turn that off. I don't want that spraying all over my camera and a tripod. We got to move this over here for the next one. All right, so what we're going to do though is we're just going to pump this up, give it a few pumps. These things are like 10 bucks. I'll put a link to them below in the description for you, but they're very handy, these pump up sprayers. You can get them in a 1-2 gallon, whatever you want. And then we're just going to take this, and for example, where we saw that, you can see at hose, watch this. Oh, hang on, we want to, again, trying to do everything one-handed here. We want that a little wider of a spray. Well, that'll work. But we're going to spray that on there, and that's going to eat all that right off there, plain and simple. That'll be all ate right off there and gone. So we'll leave that sit for a little bit. Same with this hose here. Okay, we take this, we're going to spray this and drown this hose, and it's going to eat all that stuff off there. We're just going to spray it on, let it roll around, let it do its business, and it's going to eat all of that off of there anywhere it gets into, and let it give it enough to get into so it can roll around in there and get everything, and that'll chew that off. All right, now come over here to the boat, and we'll show you the difference here. What I'm going to do is do a part to show you, so it's kind of example based, because again, I'm working one-handed. So if I take this here, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to just spray that little strip there. It's going to run a little. We're going to spray a little bit here, right through the middle. Okay, so I'm spraying it like this, right in this middle section, right on up like that. We'll go right up the middle of the boat. And then we're going to hit that cooler, half of that cooler, like that on the top. Okay, and we'll do that, and we're going to let that sit for a few minutes, and then you'll see the difference between half and half of this, and what that looks like. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Now, while we wait for that, you can use this stuff on anything you want to, too, okay? It's not limited to, you know, that kind of thing. Anything that gets algae and stuff like that on there. For example, look down here on the bottom of my fence. See all that green algae on there? If I showed you another video on this. If I spray that on there, it'll eat that stuff right off of there, okay? Anything that you get that's got algae, anything organic and living like that, that's what this stuff takes off and gets rid of. If we pull it up here, put a little strip right here, because I'm going to do the whole boat anyway. But we put that right there. We'll be able to show you the difference. Again, same thing. Look at that gas can. Okay, put a little bit right on that just to show you the reality of this. Even the motor, doesn't matter. Look at that motor. We put a spot right there. We'll clean that off. Okay, it's just showing you what this stuff is capable of doing and how simple it is. You could already see it working. Look at the top of the cooler. Look at along here. Look at the difference here. We let it sit about 5 minutes. Look at this hose now. Okay, you see what I'm getting at here? This stuff does the trick. Look at that. That's already took a lot of that right off there. Okay, this is bleach, is what it is. We're just thinning it out to make it a more friendly version of it. The bleach you buy at the store, Clorox, for example, is a 5% bleach mix. Pool Shock is a 10% bleach mix, and Pool Shock costs less than a gallon of bleach. You get a bottle of Pool Shock for like $8 at Walmart, and it's 10% versus paying like $7 for a 5% bottle of bleach. So we buy it as Pool Shock, and that way we get more out of it. It goes further, okay? It does the job better for us. So that's basically all we're doing is bleaching it. But we put it down to about a 2.5% mix to make it more user-friendly and a little less abrasive and hard on things. But you can see, look at it's done in that motor already. That's the spot right there we hit. Look at the top of that gas can. You can see it running off. Look at that difference right there. Okay, I mean, this is bleach. Look at right here. And it kills anything organic and eats it right off of there, okay? And so you can see, look at where it's running on there. Look at that difference, okay? And again, down through here, you can see it just takes everything nice and neat. Now, if we were to hit this with a hose, it's going to, you know, clean off real good, which we'll do. I'll do it real quick for you for purposes of viewing aspect. So we'll come over here, we'll grab our hose, and let's spray this stuff real fast. Let's hit that real quick too. Some of that is not organic, some of that is staining. But you can see on there, but look, see how I cleaned that off nice. We come over here. Let's hit our hose here, which most of it is gone, as you can see. Now, it wouldn't hurt to hit this one more time for some of those bigger ones. But again, that's why we're using a 2.5%, a lighter mix, so we don't hurt or damage anything, okay? It's a gentle mix of this stuff, so we're not getting carried away. If I were to hit that with a 6 or 8%, it would clean all that off instantly, but it's also a little more risky on certain materials. Okay, but so we look at the difference here when we rinse that off. Okay, look at that. Look at what that does. Look at a cooler. Okay, let's blow that off the cooler. Get rid of it. We get it off this deck. So you can see the difference. I mean, it was just like one squirt with a pump-up sprayer. Okay, let's get it off of here, off my motor, off my gas can, because you want to stop the bleach reaction, the sodium hypochlorite, so you rinse it. Water is what stops the chemical reaction. So we hit that, hit that, hit that. Okay, we got that done. And how's our little thing doing down there? That's pretty green over there, so that's not really making much of a difference on there yet with only a 2.5%. That was pretty bad, and wood's more porous. But, so we look at this, okay? Let's look at the difference. Okay, there's where we sprayed that. Look at how clean versus the rest of this. Look at a gas can, okay? Look at that strip right here through there, okay? Look at the top of that cooler. Look at all this. Okay, I mean, it looks brand new again. Okay, that's the simplicity of it. Simple things such as Pool Shock and water. No detergents, no messing with nothing, no scrubbing like crazy, no anything. So all I'm doing is spraying everything down, let it do its job. So if we take this, and I take this whole thing again. Oh, hang on, let's take this out. And if you want to end this video right now, you're welcome to, because I've taught you everything in it that I can teach you. If you want to watch this whole thing get done, I'll show you real quick, because what we're going to do, we're going to just take that. I'll still do it one-handed here, but we got to spread that out wider. Need it to be more of a fan. That's the other way. Hold on. Okay. And you can wear rubber gloves, and you should be wearing eye protection. Okay, there's no doubt about that. Again, I do this for a living, so I'm not too concerned on certain things here. I want that still a little wider. Let's see if that hits it right. No, still a little bit more. Sorry, one-handed working here. There's what I want. Okay, so I'm just soaking all this down, soaking everything down here. Get all this, get all that. Just get it wet and let it do its job is what we're doing here. Okay, we're gonna let it just work its way through. Don't get this stuff on your clothes or it will bleach it. You will have spots on your clothes and you will not have any, you will be very mad. So wear junk clothes if you don't know what you're doing. And like I said, eye protection and rubber gloves is not a bad thing. But bleach is a very, very valuable, powerful tool. As a matter of fact, if you look here on my arm, that right there is the beginning of poison ivy. And that right there is the beginning of poison ivy on my arm. I got it climbing a tree stand the other day. How did I get rid of it and kill it instantly? Bleach. I did the same exact thing as we have in this bottle. I basically took Pool Shock, dropped it down to about a 2%, and I wiped it with a rag right on my arm on all that stuff, and it ate that stuff right off, and it basically dried it out and killed it immediately. And so now I no longer have poison ivy, and it was simple and easy and effective, and it did its trick really good. Do I recommend that for everybody? No. You know, it's not for everybody. You may not want to be that person that does it, and you might have chemical things and say this and that, and that's more power to you. You know, you do whatever you want to do. For me, this is how I clean stuff because of the fact that, again, it's what I did for a living. This is it right here. I am a pressure washer, and this is how pressure washers clean things and get stuff clean, is we use chemicals such as bleach. So I'll spray this whole thing down and get this whole boat, and then we'll come back and show it to you before I rinse it. All right, we have it all sprayed. Everything is sprayed with that, including the motor, the gas can, all this. You can tell I did not move leaves and clean all this out. I don't care. It's going to get more anyway. It's fall. We're going to have a ton of leaves in here in no time. I just want to get rid of all the mold and the algae and all of that kind of stuff. So everything has been sprayed. I think I missed that spot of the cooler right there. We'll see. But like I said, it's all for the most part cleaned. And now we're going to let it sit and do its job, and we're going to let it work for the next, you know, until just before it dries. I'll probably let it go 10 minutes. I just stick this back here because I use this so much. We're going to hit the side of that cooler real quick just to be sure and make sure I did. So I still got it on there. There it is. Hit that side just like that. So it's all good. And problem solved. Turn that back off. And like I said, I leave this container here because I use it so much, again, living in Georgia, that I just set it right back here. And it just stays there hidden away, and that way I always have it. But like I said, here it is sprayed, and you can see it's already done most of the work and got everything. I mean, it's just chewing and chewing and chewing and eating all that stuff off of there. And then we're gonna rinse it. Sweet, simple, and easy. All right, we let it sit. Now we're rinsing. This is all we're gonna do. You can see the difference. Look, I missed right there. Didn't get that spray right in front of that light, but look at that. We're just gonna rinse. And then I'm done. I mean, and I got a perfectly clean boat. Now, obviously, again, the leaves I'd have to blow out of here when I'm done. But I'm not worried about the leaves right now. Just want to protect the boat. But just makes it spotless. Look at the cooler. Look at the difference there. First, what we started with, the motor on the back. Okay, like I said, it does 99% of the work for you. Look at this bench seat. Okay, you can see where some of the leaves were. Again, I'll do it again in the spring, but I don't like this stuff sitting and staying on there stagnant like that. Look at what it looked like before. The whole thing. Look at all these rails. Okay, but we want to just clean that stuff off, and this is an easy way to do it. And as I rinse all this off this deck, this bleach mixture is going to come down in through here, and it's going to just work its way through here and do some help on the floor. Like I said, to do this right, I'd have to clean the whole thing out, but I'm not using this boat for a few more months, and she's going to sit here and fill up with a bunch of leaves and a bunch of this crap, and this is just one way to keep it protected and do all this stuff. So there you go. Thanks for watching.